Okay guys, we're going to look at something a little different today.
Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. If this is your first time here, I'm the big fella Scruff. And what I'm trying to do is put trading in the world and trying to keep out the way of the wild wonder sitting here. How are you doing, Winky?
I'm alright.
Look what she's doing today. Look at this. She's filling her face today. Yeah.
You need to.
I know I've already ate mine, because I've got my figure to look after, boys and girls. And it's a wonderful figure, because it's getting thinner. Believe it or not, I've lost 2 stone since the beginning of the work. I've put a little bit on with holidays, but I've lost 2 stone. Winky's putting a little bit of weight on because she needed to, because she was a little bit too skinny. And now she's looking nice and shapely. Aren't you my sexy girl? But are the charts sexy? Because that's what you're here for. And I do like to ramble on a little bit at the start, and I'll tell you for why. I like to shake out the dickheads. You know, because they only want to be here for signals and see what they can get. Well, they can fuck off. Because every video that goes on within 30 seconds gets a downvote. So if you want it, you have to wait for it. That's the right thing. If it's good enough, you wait. I waited years for Winky. How good is that? You're going to be nice to us later. Are you going to let us buy a new car? Shall I buy a runaround? I might just buy a runaround. I sold Bruiser, my Range Rover, and now I'm a car bitch because I'm carless and I have to rely on sort of asking her if I can borrow her car. And
You're going away on Friday and we'll let you get back.
Well, I am going away on Friday. But there we go. Nothing scripted here, boys and girls. All it is, it's me, the Winker, cup of coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. And if you want a Forex mug, like that one or whatever else we've got, just look at the merch shelf, because that's what she does. Keep her in the land of luxury that she's unaccustomed to, because we sit at the bottom of the gutter. Are we in the gutter?
No, not for long.
Not for long. Not for long. She's happy because the house is getting done, and I'm doing this quick before the builders turn up and knock Murray Mayhem out of the house, which is why I'm kind of sporadic with my videos this week. I can't make any because they're making such a bloody racket. Right. Has everybody pissed off? Have we got rid of all the naughty people? Is it just the good guys that are left? Fantastic. We'll begin. Right, let's flick the charts up. As many of you know, I've been building up a small account. We called it the share account. Simply because it started off building up with shares. And I've got a little bit of an update to drop into this, but I'll quickly pull this over and I will show you. This is what it is. It started in December. Now, my tax year runs April to April. And it started with £118. That's all it was, just £118. And I've grown it up and it's transformed from being a share account into now being able to trade small Forex pairs. But it's now evolved into be able to trade exotic commodities. And that's what I'm looking at today. Now, if you look at the growth, we hit 375% this year. So it's actually more than that because we started with 118. And this month, it's had its moments. And this is one of the things I want to bring up with small accounts. And if we pop through to July, you'll see there it's running quite well. Okay. So if I just pull that to one side for a second, what we're looking at here is aluminium. Now, if I drop that there, you'll see that it's done reasonably well. I need to update the sheet slightly. In fact, I'll do that now. Just while we talking. So I need to put the DAX in on the 7th. It was a quick scalp trade for 50p. And we got £2.10 out of it. Close that off. £2.10. 0. So, and then we need to adjust the commissions from last night, which is minus. Is that right? Almost. That's it. Okay. So I've got a balance of now that's updated fully off that. That is the new balance. We are 789.94. So if I drop back to the summary, it'll kind of have updated there so you can see it. We're running very well. Get rid of that. And what it's looking at, and I'll show you in a second, is aluminium. Now, it's a real strange product, this. But what I'm driving at here is if I hid the name of the product and the time frame it's on. Now, this is part of a river trade. Now, the guys in the Discord know exactly how this was set up on a daily. We can see that it's running down just nicely. Take it down to the hourly. What we're going to highlight here, if I just take all of this lot off, I'm going to put a pivot on for you because I want to highlight something. Pivot, there we go. The pivot opened here. Now, the way that these candles run, if you look at it, it's what's called, with it being a commodity, it doesn't run 24 hours like a synthetic FX market. It shuts at 6 o'clock and then opens the next day. So this was the opening candle here. It opened below the pivot, which was that. And what you'll often find is a market that opens below a pivot will naturally find S1. Well, that's exactly where it's gone to, giving me £11.40 as a profit. Now, I'm going to hold this and see if it gets to there. But what I'm trying to do is actually get it so that I have a round £800 figure, and then I'll stop. Because this is another thing I want to touch on about targets and how you target. And sometimes you can swing at the fences too much and you lose it. But when we talk about psychological numbers and round numbers and things like that, you can do that with your targets. So this is 789.94. So anything over a tenner is pretty good because it means that my trade has now put the balance at a round number. And then I'll work the next 10 quid and the next 10 quid and the next 10 quid. And I know it doesn't sound much, but from a daily perspective, it keeps my psychology correct, you know, because it's, oh yeah, hit my £10, hit my £10. Do that every day. Then this becomes meaningful. But why? Because it's a small account. And if I do 10 quid on a small account, it don't half rack up, you know. So there it is. It's 11 quid. So I'll tell you what, we'll close this out because it's actually on the pivot. Boom. It's hit 801.94 now. Flick this over, and you'll see what we've done over the last couple of days. So that's been done today. That is more than adequate for this account. It's massive for this account. Okay, and I just want to show something because this account's been up and down like a yo-yo. transactions, trade. Well, if I just kind of show the history, you can see what's been going on just there. You don't win all the time, you know, you do lose. And the trick with a small account is kill it as quick as you bloody can. If it's going wrong, get out. And that's what I do here, which is why my hit rate on this isn't as strong as on my bigger account. My bigger account, I can ride it out a little bit. Here I can't. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've got to get out because the damage will be catastrophic. And if I click that on, you'll kind of see there over the last sort of 30 days. All right, it's had some kicks, but my profit is bigger than the adjustments, etc. My return is pretty good. It's up and down like a hooer, you know, because like I say, some days it's just not working and I've got to kill the trades off quick. So you'll have like multiple trades, boom, 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 and all of them will be horrible. So you've got to get out of it. But all I'm bothered about is I'm keeping my win rate right and my return is greater than 1, which means it's profitable. The problem I have is this bit here, okay? And I'll tell you for why, because that bit doesn't give me any room to move. I've got to keep this relatively low value, okay? Now I can enter this trade again to run it down into here, which we will. We'll just drop a trade in, just like so, just while it's on. So basically I've cashed out, I've put the order back in, and we're going to run it down into there. I'm going to leave it all day in fairness, and I get 30 quid. So what was the purpose of this video? Well, it's really just to show you that you can grow small accounts into something that is meaningful. So we'll just drop in that last one. Minium. Bloody hell. My spelling shocking, by the way, boys and girls. Your spelling shocking. Actually, you're pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's not as good as you used to be, but I used to spell every day.
Well, what do you do now?
Use Google.
Use Google.
Right.
You use Google way too much. Where's the nearest next?
I don't need a Google for that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Where are you going?
I'm going to change the address at the bank.
All right, okay. She's off into town. This could be horrible.
Wait, it's not because I'll have to be back behind 11:30.
All right, okay.
Right, I won't be on.
Okay, see you later, sweetheart. Bye-bye. Right. So, that's repurposed into there. Goody gumdrops. I am going to be changing this sheet as I evolve the accounts from one thing and another. This one's okay, but I like to use my other one because it helps work out what I'm doing. Now, one thing I do want to draw attention to the sort of exotic metals is what I'm trading is. You can actually trade at a higher bid size or lot size, whatever you want to call it. Let me clarify that as well. When you're spread betting, it's called a bid. So it's your bid price, all right, or position price. And it's price per point. So if it's 50p, it's 50p every point. If it was a lot, because a lot of people sometimes say it and they think, oh, it's half a lot or something. No, it's a micro lot. One lot equals about £10. So 0.5 would be a fiver. 0.05 is 50p. Okay, but this is actually at £2. So if you're looking at lots, it will be 0.2. Okay, and why? It's not as bad a market as you think. It's about 400 quid's worth of margin, which we've got enough in the pot to cover that. And the position size is slightly bigger, but the market's not as brutal. So if it moves 5 pips, you get your tenner. And that's all you need. So it's only a very micro move as well. And you can get some decent money out of it. But the conditions have to be right. Okay. So there we go. Just a quick update on building small accounts. If you were looking to do this with a prop fund, like the 5%ers, and if you're interested in that, there is a sort of code for it down in the description below where you get 5% off. Do the same principle, you know, work to little milestones. Now for me, I work for like tenors. So if I'm on like sort of 20 or 30p a pop, you know, it's only £3. So my milestone is £10. So that's actually quite a decent move for a 20 pence position. Okay. But when you hit your £10, it makes you feel better and it keeps them round numbers looking good. So my next goal is to get this to £810. And then the next day it'll be 820. And when it gets up to 1,000, I'll be able to increase my position sizes slightly, and then it'll be, my milestones will be £15. So I'll go like 1,015 and so forth and so forth. And then eventually what happens is you get really sort of comfortable with your trades. So I hope that kind of makes sense. And as always, guys, I'm very easy found. Just drop in the comments, drop your questions. If you want to contact me, all my contact details are there. And trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.